Hi, everybody. Welcome to Phaedra's Happy Place. I am in my happy place today. I got it all set up, ready to go, ready to show you what's been going on. Hello, hello. Can't wait for you to join me today. Anybody here? Patsy. Hi, Patsy and Karen. How are you? Does that light blow me out, Jill? Hi, everybody. Okay, it's okay to lurk. How's everybody doing today? Hi, Gracie. I've got Mr. Happy moderating again today. Relaying comments, yes. Not the same as moderating. Everybody doing okay? Hi, Dana. Hi, Chris. Hey, birthday sister. Hi, Karen. Hi, Pat. How are you? Hi, Patsy's Crochet. Hi, Jan. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get started because I've got so much to go over. And yeah, let's turn this. There we go. Yeah, then we'll blow everything out. Okay, I'm going to move my stool because I don't want to trip and fall. That would not be good. So if you have been on the Facebook group, um, I I showed a lot of pictures of what I've been doing. I completely redid my yarn space. I'm going to call it my studio. I'm going to call it my studio, even though it's not an actual room. It's part of a room. It's where I'm going to be working. I'm going to have all of my tools here, and I want to take you on a kind of a tour. Okay. So the first thing I did is I rearranged all of the, most all of the bookcases that were in here and the crates and everything. And in order to do that, I had to take everything off the shelves. I have bags and space bags, and I used all of those. I just loaded them up and put them over on the bed in every nook and corner that I could find. By the way, everybody, Mr. Happy is going to be relaying all the comments and questions. So if you have any questions about anything that I'm saying, or if you have a comment, if you want to say hi to each other, that's fine. But he'll relay any kind of questions or comments that you have specifically for me. Okay? So what I did was, after watching Ginger at Yarn Geek, I realized that the window that's right here, and you can see a little bit of the curtain back here, that we we haven't opened that curtain in months and months because we're either sleeping in this room or sleeping in this room, and that curtain's always closed. So why not just go ahead and cover it? So that's what I did. I worked my way up. I had a bookcase over here that was kind of blocking, and it kind of was. Now everything's open. I've opened everything up, and all of the yarn right here is basically against this wall right here. Um, I'll show you here in a minute how I broke everything down, but I want you to know that I've got lower bookcases here. You can see these are, we call them halvesies, half shelves right here. And then all I did is I put crates, stacked them up. These are some plastic ones that I found at Wally World. And here's some wooden crates that I found in different places. So with all of that in mind, I was as I was taking all the yarn off, I kind of made a mental inventory of what I needed for my space. And this is what I would really suggest for you too, okay? So if you're wanting to organize your space, you need to know what you need the space for, okay? So if you have, let's say you only work with 5 and 6 weight yarn, you really don't need a whole lot of space to store smaller yarns. Make sense? So I knew I needed a very large storage area for both my paint box and my Stylecraft because I'm collecting all of it, all the different colors, and I'm starting to expand out now to both DK weight, Aran weight, and the different colorways that Stylecraft has. They have some extra. They have some wool yarns, wool blends. So I wanted to make sure I have plenty of space. The next thing I had to take into account was what do I what am I expecting to get? Okay, so let's say if I know I have to order a lot more 5 weight yarn or 6 weight yarn, I need to make sure that I have the space to put it once it gets here. Okay, so those are things to keep in mind. Now, what I did is I went through and over here, you can't, let me move the camera here just a little. That's a great setup. Thank you, Danny. Okay, so you can see just the edge part of here. It's a bookcase that comes up to here, and I've got, well, let me see if I can move it more. You can see. Okay, you can. So I've got this bookcase here and then 2 crates up top here, okay? Sorry about the lighting here, but I just wanted you to see. So I've got my 1 weight yarns up here in this area, and all of that is like the wool like. I have a lot of wool like. That's a number 1 weight from Loops and Threads. I have some Hobby Lobby Rainbow Rhapsody, and I've got some Summer Nights, and then also some of the Pantone Yarn Bee Pantone, not Pantone, but it's that. Let me see what Yarn Bee Pigment and Fiber is what it's called. Okay, and so I've got all those up here. So um, that is the 1 weight. Now what I did was this entire black bookcase that you see here, all of the black bookcase, all the way from the top to the floor, all of that is my Stylecraft yarn. Okay, and I sorted it out by color. I did the blues and greens and purples and yellows and reds, and then the neutrals, and then on the very bottom I have some different kinds of Stylecraft. It's Stylecraft Special DK, but it's a different, it's more like a marled look. Okay, so I have that on the bottom, and then I have some wool blend. Okay, then I needed a lot of room for my paint box. Okay, so in all of these paint crates here, I've got my space of my paint box, and then both of the bookcases underneath, I've got all the paint box there, and I've divided it up into the colors. The only change is that this space right here is for my Aran weight, my 4 weight yarn. Okay, everything else is the DK weight. All right, so that one was taken care of. So I thought, okay, I have some baby DK, and I have another package of baby DK. So I have all of that in this area. Okay. Then I had to take what I had left and figure out what do I need room for? What is it that I need room for? So I looked at, I kind of like turned around and looked at all the bags and everything that I had, and I said, okay, I have the most of DK weight or number three weight. I don't have very much four weight out, so I don't have to have a whole lot of space for that. And I I know I had some five and six, but I wasn't sure. And I know I have a lot of cotton. So what I did was, and I'm going to see if I can, well, I'm going to point it out here. So I had a little bit of two weight, and so I put a little piece of paper here with the number two, and I wanted to see if I could keep it in this crate right here. Well, I ran out of space, and I put it up on top. I had some packages from Ice Yarns that I just put on top here. Okay. Then I had these cupcakes that I had ended up getting for my birthday. Oh, those are three. Wait, never mind. Okay, so then I had one, two, three, four crates I had set up with the number three on it. So I had to see if I could consolidate all of my three yarns into that space. And I was able to do it except for these big old anniversary cakes, which I sat right here in the middle, like on a shelf in between crates. And I know it's going to be kind of hard to see, and I apologize. I'm not able to get the camera to go any further back. Okay, so I also knew that I needed quite a bit of space because I had taken it off, and I knew how much I had of Kristen Omdahl yarn. So I needed to make sure that I had plenty of space for her yarn. So I marked it KO, and I needed to make sure that I had enough space for her yarn. Then I also knew I needed space for knit crate, and I did not want the knit crate or the Kristen Omdahl yarn. I did not want them in those wood crates because I didn't want to take a chance that it would snag or anything. So that's why I left those crates up there for the 5 and 6 weight, 4, 5, and 6 weight yarns. Okay. So I ended up going ahead and sorting through and put all of Kristen Omdahl's yarns together and then all of the knit crate stuff. Okay. So now I've got all of it out and I see everything that I have. Um, that's that is I'm really happy with the way it turned out. Okay, some people will ask, why don't you sort by color? I realize that when I go when I'm looking at a pattern, and you all know this, when you look at a pattern that you want to make, the first thing that they're going to tell you is the weight. Okay, and I was getting really tired of going through every single, like you'd have olive red and olive orange. I didn't want it, or as Laura would say, orange. I didn't want to have to go through every single thing and pull it out and find out where's all the two weight. It took too much time. And now, especially now, here's a clue, guys. If if you do organize your space, you are really going to get a good idea of what yarns you have, and it's going to make you see. Um, okay, you'll take the mental inventory again. I need that yarn to complete this collection, or I have way too much of this, or uh, good grief, I never use this yarn. Why do I even have any of it? You can ask yourself all kinds of questions. I need to get a sip. By the way, hi everybody just coming in. So, yeah, that's the way I planned it out in my head, and I went ahead and some of you saw I had a huge pile here in the middle of my floor. I had a huge pile of all the paint box where well, it was all right here. Okay, I was able to manage to put it in here, and I know I have more coming because I know that there's some colors that I don't have. Same with Stylecraft. I know I will have to order once they come back into stock because they're sold out right now. I know I'll need to fill out some holes. So,
Triple C and Joe says, Petra, you are so amazing. I look forward to these Sundays.
oh, thank you, Dana and Joe. I love you
How
guys.
much money did you send them?
How much money did I? I didn't send you guys any money to say that, did I? So, okay. Um, Let me go on now to cottons, and this is my cotton. Okay, I don't use a whole lot of cotton yet. I want to. Okay, and so what I have done is I have see this purple and that floral kind of thing right there. Those two have all my cottons in them. Okay, I just sorted them by one has mostly Hobby Lobby and the other one has mostly that sugar and cream and the no name brand. Here's the issue: where do you store these cones? I've got 5 of these cones and I have nowhere to store them. I'm out of room. So if you guys have any ideas of what to do with these doggone cones, I need to know. Okay. Now, here's another thing that I need to keep in mind, and you need to do the same thing when you're going through your stash. These, for the most part, except for I know right here, this one is not a full ball or a full skein. This is not a full skein. Other than that, all of these are full skeins.
Denisha Bradell says, Keep up the cones.
Cake up. Great idea, Denny. Awesome. Awesome sauce. You're the bestest. Yes, yes. Great idea. Yes, I will definitely do that. Okay, so what do you do with your scrap yarn? Your scrap yarn, okay? You start to use it, you have I mean anywhere from like a quarter size to like almost like 3/4 or 7/8 of a skein. What do you do with it? Okay, it's not a full skein. You don't really want to put it back in your stash because if something calls for something like 300 yards and the ball band says 300 yards, but you don't know how much of it you use, right? So I never keep. I shouldn't say never. Well,
Mama says she does scrap cans for charity.
yeah, scrap bands is great, but what do you do with the yarn until then? That's what I want to know. So what I've done is I've tried. Now I've attempted to do this, but I've got two two of these left. Okay, and so what I'm doing is one has all of my 3 weight scraps. Everything in here is 3 weight. So I know that I can make. I mean, I've got enough to make 2 blankets in here, plenty. But I don't want to take the time out right now to actually make one. So, and some of it is this is milk yarn. I don't want to actually include that when I use like an acrylic wool. That's just me. I don't want to. I don't like mixing fibers like that. Because if you're using acrylic, you really need to stick to just acrylic. But all my 3 weight yarn is in here. Then I have this one, but this one has everything. This one has balls of everything, and I really do need to go through. Some of it's cotton, some of it's acrylic, some of it is, here's some kobu. Um, yeah, so I've got, here's some cotton, here's some um, no, comfy cotton blend. So I've got a lot of different fabrics in here. So what I need to do is I need to go through these, but I'm going to show you where I'm going to store them. I have decided that these little areas in between the crates, and do this, there we go. So I've got one storage here, and I should probably get some pretty little tags, and I will like on the strap here on the handle. I'm gonna put a little tag that says, 3 weight or cotton or whatever. So this other one, I'm gonna put up over here. And I have my twinkle lights up, but I gotta rearrange them. So, all right. So that's what I'm gonna do with the scraps. But I do need to go through them at one point, and you know, I like that idea of um, sorting them, making sure that they're by weight. Okay, the next thing I do is I'm going, as I was going through, I remembered, oh, that yarn I had got to make a certain project. Okay, and so um, I I really want to keep it on the shelf? So I'm looking at some of the yarn that I had, and there was a certain yarn. It was that cozy cutesy yarn that I had gotten from Hobby Lobby on that clearance sale, and I remember that I want to do lap gans, little lap gans or one lap gan. I don't know how many, but I was going to pair it up with a number 4 weight acrylic.
Joanne Heidler
Yeah.
says she sent you a card.
Joanne, oh, you did? I have.
Is pretty.
Thank you. I have not gotten your card yet, Joanne, but as soon as I get it, I will show it on birthday month celebration. Okay. So I had all this. I had all this white Super Saver and Mainstays in my stash, and I have set this aside now that I want to use for a lap gan. So over, okay, I need to move the computer again. Hold on a second because I want to show you this. Right there, I have a stack of those plastic drawers. Okay. In the bottom drawer, I have project bags. So I'm going to get my project bag, and I'm hoping that it's going to be big enough. I don't know. But I'm going to go ahead and put as much yarn as I can in here for this project. I know I'm going to use that and that, that. Let's see. Okay, I think I can squeeze it all in. Now, I'm not going to worry about the hook or anything like that. Right now, I just wanted to set it aside so it's not on my shelves, and I know what I wanted to make with it, so now it's set aside. Okay? Okay, so in those plastic shelves, I want to tell you what I have, plastic drawers. The bottom drawer has all of my project bags. Okay? Um, and some of them are my just crochet purses that I've made. The next 2 drawers up I have all of that fine, fine crochet thread. Speaking of crochet thread, I need to show you something else. Is there something else? Okay, so right here, I've got my 5-weight yarn, 5, 5. 4-weight yarn is here. All of this down here is Kristen Amdahl and Knit Crate. In this basket, some of you may have seen this, but I have ordered a lot of this yarn. It is DMC Petra. I'm going to call it Petra to distinguish it from me. But it is a number 3 crochet thread, not a number 10, which is what most people see when they go on the shelf. This is just slightly bigger, and I would say this is slightly, just a hair smaller than a number 1 fingering weight yarn. Okay, so if anybody's used it before, let me know. If you've used a 3-weight, doesn't have to necessarily be this one, but if you have used this before, let me know.
Freaky asks, should you not put the lightweight yarn on top and the heavier stuff on the bottom so the shelf don't break?
No, I don't care. And besides, it is. Number 1 is up on top, 3, this is all 2-weight, it's all good. So, and besides, just because it's a heavy weight doesn't make it heavy. You shouldn't do that, Freaky.
I think she was joking.
Yeah, he was. Okay.
He was.
He. So,
Freak is a he.
Freak is a he.
Freak is a he.
So, okay. So, as I was going through, there was a project that I'm going to use this purple yarn for. It is a 3-weight, and it is 280 meters. So I'm thinking about not quite 300, maybe 295 yards or so. And if you recall, Mr. Happy for my birthday got me an ostentatious book, and it had a purple top in it, and it calls for a number 3. You know what? Now that I'm thinking of it, I think they said number 3 crochet thread. I'm pretty sure that that's what they said, not a crochet. Okay, but anyway, that is the color I want to make it out of. And I even have one white. Wait a minute. Yeah, just one. I have one white that will be like the insert and then the sleeves. So this yarn, I'm going to go ahead and put aside. This is one of those gift bags that I got for my birthday.
Freaky has crochet cotton.
Crochet cotton thread. It's called cotton thread. Okay, and let me show you up close what it looks like. This is the number 3 weight. And I'll lay it over top of my finger so that you can see it. Now I'm gonna go get the a regular crochet thread. I want to get one that's open. Now this is what people use mostly to make doilies or something very delicate. And I'm going to lay it up next to a number 3. This is a 10 weight. This is called a 10 weight. Okay. Well, I'm going to try. I'm going to attempt to do this.
C says they make earrings with the
Oh,
satin thread.
yeah, yeah. Okay, the white here, this off-white, that's a number 10, and this is a number 3. So it's quite a bit bigger. They do the same thing as the thread is. They work it the same way as they do the regular yarn, except they go backwards. So the larger the number, the smaller the thread. 3 is the largest thread, then they have 5, 8, and then 10. And yes, they do make jewelry with that, definitely. Okay, so I've got that yarn set aside. I do? Oh, okay, so let me put that one aside. And I'm going to put this yarn back, okay? Oh, Sadie, honey. Well, you're up late. What time is it in your area? Is it like midnight? Okay, so what else? The other thing, too, is I always have a notebook. So right here, I have a list. And this list, it says yarns for projects, projects with the yarn, that kind of thing. Okay? And I wrote on here ostentatious, and I wrote down where that pattern is and what yarn I intend to use. So it's set aside. I call it a SAP, set aside project. So I've got 2 SAPs over there. Okay? The other one I have, you're not a SAP, baby. You're not a SAP. Okay, so there's one more SAP I need to put aside. Hold on. I need to get another bag. This is just a market bag that I crocheted up. Okay, and one of the projects that I want to work on is going to be, it's called the Elf Coat. I still have to download the pattern, but it's called the Elf Coat, and it takes, oh, how many yards? I think 3,000 or around 3,000 yards of number 3 yarn. So I'm going to be using this right here. I will be using Heron's Skinny Cakes. And I need, well, see, one of them is 795 yards. I've only got 4 of them, but I'm going to go ahead and put them all in here. And I know I need to get how many more? I think I need to get 1 more. Yes, I need to get 1 more of these, and I will have plenty. But there we go. Oh, by the way, I have to tell you the name of it. It is the Raspberry Ganache. Look at that. Wait a minute. Let me see if I can get the colors good. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, that's it. That's the color right there. Raspberry Ganache. So I'm going to put those in the bag, and I'll have to make a mental note, or actually I'm going to write down here, buy 1 more. Buy 1 more. Yeah, they ran out of them. We got all of them at our local Michael's. Okay. So that is that. I've got the ostentatious. I've got that little lap blanket. And I know that there's a couple more projects that I have been in my mind that I know that I have got some of this yarn for. And I will, at some point, pull them, put them in a project bag, and set them aside. Okay, what else do I have here? Okay, so I have got all of this yarn that's left in this basket here, and I already got the idea. Danny gave me the idea. I'm going to cake up this yarn. Probably have to do 2 cakes each, but they will store much, much better than these on these cones. I mean, I like the cones. You know, you just pull them up and it doesn't tangle up. But I've got some other stuff in here. So I've got this ice yarn, and it is wool, and I like it. Um, it's a number 4. So I thought maybe I'd just go ahead and finish putting all this stuff together. Now this package, it doesn't have the sticky, so I get some tape, and I have to use, well, I had it, don't know what I did with it. Well, I don't have it. I had a little thing of tape, and I have misplaced it, which happens, it happens. Let's see, I'm not missing it. So anyway, it's 4 weight, and now that I have moved all that white red part, I can put this back up here. Okay, now I have room for it. I have this. What is this? Another ice yarn, and it is alpaca wool acrylic, and it is also a number 4. And so let me put that back up here. And I'm not going to keep all those little signs up saying the different weights. Okay. All right. Now, this is what I have a tricky thing about here. So this is Millen's. Okay. I have no idea. And it says it's cotton blend. So I don't know. That's definitely a number 4 weight. That's going to be a nice cotton. See, so I don't even know how many yards it is. I'm going to say that's probably 250, 240, 250, I would think. So it's Studio Samples by Nicole. If anybody has it, let me hold it up. So if um, anybody knows what this yarn might be, let me know. It's Studio by Nicole, and I've never used her yarns before. So, and it is a cotton blend. Okay, so it's cotton yarn. So I'm going to put it in one of those bins over here. Okay, I'm going to put it in one of those little totes. Okay, now I've got an ice yarn, and it's a small little, it's kind of messed up because it's been abused. I don't know why. And it's a Lara that my sweet friend Rochelle gave me in an exchange. And it is a number 3 weight. So I got to find a place for it in the 3 weight, which is right here. I'm going to put it right here. I think I've got some other ice yarn. There's something else I'm going to do here, so don't leave, okay? Because y'all don't want to miss that. So here I've got Fireworks, and it is a 3 weight. I'm going to put that here with that. I think they would go together. That makes something really kind of cute with that. Then I have I had this set aside and I haven't done anything with it yet. But it's cotton fair. It's cotton acrylic. Okay, Mr. Happy, I'm going to take a poll here, just a quick poll. Tell me if you would put this yarn with the cotton yarn or would you put it with, I think it's wait a minute. I'm not familiar with the way that these are written, guys. So if you know what size it is, let me know, please. Premier Cotton Fair. It's using a 4 millimeter. I'm gonna say that's a 2-weight yarn. So
Magnetic appearances,
number 2. Okay. So Cotton Fair is 52 cotton, 48 acrylic. Would you put this with the cotton or would you put it with the number 2 weight? Okay. What would you say? Cotton or 2 weight?
Sadie's thick dress is cotton.
Okay. Anybody else?
Freak Geeks would put it with more of the same colors.
Well, I'm not sorting by colors.
Crisscross Press is I put it with the cotton yarn because it feels closer to cotton than it does to acrylic.
Okay.
The appearance is cotton.
Cotton. All right, cotton it is. So I'm going to put it here with the cotton. Perfect. Okay. Now, Mr. Natura 100% acrylic wool by National Yarn Crafts. I have no idea how old this is. It is a 4-ply worsted weight. It feels so old. I mean, like, it feels old.
So Carmen Guthrie says if it's 100 cotton, it goes with cotton. If it's mixed, go by number.
Okay. All right, Carmen. I'll take it into consideration. Maybe I should just put it in a.
Ricky says he might place it with how it feels, soft or rough.
Okay. All right. All right. So what should I do with this yarn right here? This yarn, like I said, is old. Now I don't know. I haven't washed it, haven't dried it, haven't done anything with it. All I know is that I am not going to crochet it up in the shape that it is in now. What would you suggest? Because I'm not going to work with something this rough in my hand. You notice I'm holding it by the label. So what would you suggest doing with this yarn? Would you throw it in the machine in one of those uh, lingerie bags and wash it up? Would you donate it?
Scrap bag it, says Crisscross Press.
Scrap bag it? But like I said, I'm not going to use it in the condition that it's in. So either it.
Sadie says paint it and tie it, then condition it and wash.
Sadie, wow, good idea. I just don't know how to do all that.
Carmen Guthrie says put it in a lingerie bag and wash it to dry.
Mm-hmm.
It gets soft. If it gets soft, use it.
Okay. So yeah, if it gets soft, I'll use it. If it
Carla
doesn't,
G says make harvest decorations for your house, pumpkins and cornucopia.
yeah, I could definitely do that. But like I
Shannon
said,
Oliver says donate it.
oh, we got to donate.
Lashera says give it away or throw it Throw it in the machine.
Throw it in the machine.
Scrap bag it.
Well, it wouldn't hurt to wash it, right? To wash it, let's see what happens with it. If it if it comes out good, I'll put it in the scrap bag, and if it doesn't come out good, and if it's still nasty, we'll figure something else out. All right, Miss Sadie. Sadie, I still have this yarn that you sent me, and I have no idea what to do with it. I want to make something out of it because I love the colors, but I have no idea what to do with it.
Doctor said make a bunch of pom poms and make a rug. I think you're talking about the previous thing.
Yeah. So, Sadie, can you tell me, do you happen to remember how many yards or how many meters is in this this little cake of yarn? I'll hold it up here.
Somebody said use it
Oh,
for
that's
flower accent.
okay. Sadie, are you talking about this yarn right here? Okay. And so just make little flowers or something out of it.
Said about 80 meters.
Okay. All right. So now I know what I can do with it. And that is more of a roving style, if I'm not mistaken. I mean-
Shannon Oliver says you should crochet a hat with Sadie's yarn.
A hat. Sadie, is there enough yarn in there to make a hat? I don't think there's enough yarn in there to make a hat. And I know it's wool, right, Sadie? So I wouldn't want to mix it. So I wouldn't want to mix it with acrylic or anything like that. I'd have to find another wool yarn. So let me know. You think there's enough? Oh, no. Okay. All right, not enough. All
This
right.
is an ear warmer with Sadie's yarn.
Well, it's kind of scratchy, so I don't want to make anything like it's going to be. I'm just going to use it for like little flowers, like Sadie suggested. I made one of Jada and Stitches' beautiful little pillows, my heart pillow. That was my very first. I'm calling it an amigurumi. I know it's not, but I'm calling it that. And I usually have it up on that shelf. I'm so full up there, but I'm going to see if I can put it here.
Just like that.
Ha ha, Mr. Happy. Okay, what time do we have?
It's 5:15.
Okay, real quick, I want to go over some of the stuff I have in here because I have been collecting stuff just for little things that I might need to crochet, in little projects. So I've got some twine. You never know. I've got really thin twine. I've got, this is some floral tape. I used that with the flowers that I made. I remember watching Crystal in Bag of Day. She made purses with rope. So I got two of these things of rope, and I think they were like 99 cents a piece or something. So I got some of that. I've got some ribbon. I have beads. What else do I have in here? I have
Sadie says crochet a wide brim hat with the twine.
a wide brimmed hat with this twine.
Like a straw hat.
Well, it's really rough. I don't know if I'd want that. Then I've got some lining, like if I was going to line a bag that I make. Let's see here. What else do I have? Some straight pins. I've-
Crisscross Crafts says twine is great for Christmas presents and for ornaments on the tree.
Yes, Very good idea. I've got some beading wire. I've got all that in this little basket. Oh, and I have, there's the box I've been looking for. I have been looking for this box. I'm glad I didn't throw it away. Got some Velcro. Isn't that cool? I've got a couple straps. And I used to do plastic canvas, so I have these. Has anybody seen these? I kept one so that I could actually, make more of them. But you cut them out like this, and you know, do your yarn thing on it. Okay, whatever yarn you want to use. And if it's got white on it, it's supposed to make a snowflake. You put two of them together and they intersect, they kind of go together and they make a pretty little snowflake. So I got one of those. Let's see what else. It's okay. No heads were harmed.
Carmen says fun for market bag, crochet star, or snowflake ornament.
Yes. I think handles for a market bag would be amazing. So I've got some sunglasses that I used on Nick and Pearl. Remember Nick and Pearl? They're kind of naked now, so I don't keep them. So I got some Fusion Tack adhesive. I have those homemade by buttons or homemade with love buttons. I've got sewing things here. I've got pom-pom makers. I've got mini pom-poms. I've got a lot of stuff in here. Oh, I've got these little, where did I get these from? Oh, Joe, I think. Somebody gave me these. Somebody gave me these little tiny soapies. Was that you, Sadie? I can't remember now. But somebody gave me these little soap, and I keep them in this little, and it smells divine. Now, here's something I need help with. What would you make with that? I have a little styrofoam wreath. Don't know what to do with it. Yeah, so I've got all kinds of little bits and bobs. I like saying that, bits and bobs. Okay.
Freaky says that's Halo.
Is that? Oh no, Freaky. Sorry, not your. Maybe mine. No, definitely not mine. Mr. Happy would say it's definitely not mine. Okay. So, do you have any questions about how I did my room, how I arranged things? Questions about why I did what I did? Now, granted, I've got this whole wall. Some of you would say, okay, I don't have near that much. Don't want to, I can't do that. You can, if you have a plan in mind, if you know what you need, you can use crates, you can use bags, you can use totes, you can use bins, you can use whatever you need to use. If you have a very limited storage space and even totes are too big, get yourself some space bags, some smaller ones, and like sort it out in there. Put like 1 weight, 2 weight, 3 weight, 4 weight, however you want to do it. Make sure that you write everything down, what you have in the bags. So when it comes time for a project, you can look at your notes and say, okay, I need this bag and this bag out. Grab what you need, take the air back out of it, and store it.
Says, hello,
hey, Nicole, Nikki Poo.
Is that Nikki boy or Nikki girl?
Nikki girl.
Okay, I just.
Mr. Mr. Happy's clarifying that you are female, Miss Nikki. Calling you Nikki Poo. Well, I've got my kitties here. I've got two kitties that Happy Mama gave Mr. Happy that I have confiscated. And I want to just add a little something something here. Alrighty. Have you guys seen those anniversary cakes? They're huge. And watching Ginger from Yarn Geek, she made a cowl and a sweater, and she's had about 2 yards left over. That's a lot of yarn. A lot of yarn. Now I usually don't do 6 weight yarn, so I'm not sure how long I can crochet until I have to like take a break with that one. But any questions? If not, oh, I have one thing I needed to show you guys. Mr. Happy went out today and had to get himself something at the uh, um, drugstore. Stopped at Goodwill. Bam! Found me something. Look at that. A new look at crochet. And it was written back in, well, 1975? Is that what you said? 1975? Yes, that's 45 years old. 45 years old. It's an old new book. And it's got, I mean, everything is black and white, but whoever had it put patterns inside of it. Okay, just threw some patterns in here. And everything's in black and white, I think. I didn't go through the whole thing. But a lot of it, guys, is some of it's patterns and a lot of it's not. But there is a lot of it's just free form stuff. I wouldn't do it, but I mean, it's kind of free form. I don't know if I like it that much, but it certainly gives me ideas. Like, look at this. Look at this right here. That's kind of cool. So, yeah, and I mean, it's really not a lot of, it's not a lot, there's hardly any patterns. It's just showing you, like, how to put different things together. Like, this is kind of creepy. If you ask me, that's kind of creepy. Look at that. I'm not sure what that is. Somebody on a horse? I don't know. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Hey, it's one of those interesting coffee table books, right? It's like if you had a coffee table, sit on the coffee table and you go, ooh, oh, well, that's kind of interesting. Well, here, take a look here. This is kind of cool. Right here, it's a bag, okay? And it says, a bag worked in the round off of a circular leather bottom with leather inserts. That's kind of cool, right? So maybe we could go to, I think they have if I'm not mistaken, in Hobby Lobby, they have a section that they have like um, pieces of leather that you can use to do certain things. There's some wild stuff. I would, but it'll, you know what? It sparks interest, like that whole thing, everything old is new again. Who thought crochet would be like that big of a deal? Like, I never would have guessed that crochet and knitting in 2020 would be as big as it was back in the 30s and 40s and 50s when that's what they did, you know? I mean, because you didn't see that much of that kind of stuff back in the 70s and, yeah, 70s and 80s and 90s. I don't know. I didn't see it very much. Okay. Anything else? Any other questions? Thank you. Thank you, Nikki. Yeah, I've got some more for that shelf over here, but I haven't figured out the, where you have to plug it in and all. So. All right, guys, if you don't mind, don't forget the thummies, and I'm going to hop off, go get something to eat, and then I might actually do some crocheting. Now that all this stuff is done, I can settle in and crochet because my mind has been in this area for so long that for the last couple of days, I haven't had a chance to sit down and actually crochet very much.
Crafty Chat Cafe says, "Where are you streaming from?"
I am streaming from Kentucky. Yay!
A newly reorganized crochet.
Yeah, this is my yarn studio. It has become my yarn studio in the last 24 hours. It didn't look like this 24 hours ago. If you haven't, go over to my Facebook group, Patriots Happy Place. I have a Facebook group set up. You have to ask for permission or whatever, then I'll accept you into the group. And you can see pictures of how it kind of progressed a little bit. Okay? All right, guys. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. Sadie, get some sleep. All of those of you in the UK, I hope you have a nice night. Have a great rest of your evening, everybody else in the United States. Thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to spending more time with you next Sunday when we have a live at 4:30 Eastern Standard. And don't forget that every day during the month of September, I'm doing birthday celebration month. I love spending that time with you and sharing all those great birthdays and all the wonderful holidays with you. All right. Have a great one. Bye now.
And Marina Gilbert right there at last, she loved your talk.